morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to another week of racing. Welcome to RaceTrim and welcome to the Circuit of Barcelona, Catalunya. Welcome to Spain. And I'm telling you now, it's going to be a good one. 24 drivers on the grid tonight and not that much of action when you come down to it, because this many drivers on a circuit like this with only about an hour, you're really going to have to look forward to it. You can see the cars on the left-hand side. Those don't really matter with the car numbers. What does matter is where they're from. And, of course, the quali best relative. First runs are starting to begin here. Currently on board with Bunga Borgia as they make their way up and down towards turn number 10. Of course, using the older layout, pre-2020. So, no long left-hand around here. And you have to use the chicane rather than the actual the segment where, realistically, you're just going for a quick right-hander. This is the chicane. This is going to be down to it at the end of the day. You've got Bunga Borgia, who's going to be going for their first run around here tonight. You can see all the drivers on the left-hand side. You will see colours pop up. And if you see somebody with a purple outline that is slightly flashing, that means they're currently going for a session fastest, meaning that you can see it just as well as I can see it on my timing board. So, Bunga Borgia making their way past right now and down towards the start-finish line as you head down in towards turn number 1, trying to hold on to it as you keep it tidy, down into the brakes. Turn number 1, nice and smooth, clean through the right-hander, and then continue up through 2, through 3, and towards 4, of course, forever iconic for Hamilton Rosberg back in 2016, but I digress. Up through right, hold it. You got the yellow flags popping up as well as the white flags. Of course, if somebody's coming out the pit lane, it may be yellow or white as they are coming back onto the circuit at a slower speed. If there is any incidents, they do pop up on my display. If you see warnings pop up, so that may be that'll usually be for contact between drivers, you'll see an orange box pop up next to the flags or next to where it says pit lane, and that will indicate that there's been a slight bit of contact between the two. Doesn't matter if they've gone round or not, it still does classify it. Unfortunately, penalties do not pop up due to the way that the software works. Other than that, we are running pretty smooth tonight. We have got Dees Telegi, John Porter, Anthony Chan, Ali C, Kim Van de Kronkeek, Simwe Kalamawo, I'm just going to say Marlow, Ulo, Matty, Bunga Borgia, Tyler Gary, Davy Van de Eyden, Maximilian Jeheler, Jake Robinson, Toms Klug, Dr. Bones, Louis Franco, Derek Brubaker, Dima C, Callum Brooker, Mando, Sam Zawisa, Stuart Woolley, Samwise Holmes, and Tyson Josie. So, that's the drivers for tonight, and across the line goes Bunga Borgia, and that is 1 minute 43.7 flat. So, that's the first benchmark that's been set tonight. Ulo. When P2, now P3, 144 AO7, 144.042 for Samwise Holmes, as Anthony Klein pulls over the side, and that'll be the end of their pit lane. Apologies, I got a bit of gas there for a second. So, Samwise Holmes, Ulo, Ali C, Matty as well, making their way round. Sam Zawisa making their way around the circuit as well. Be interested to see what these drivers will do. I will say, liveries have been seen just before this. So if the liveries are carbon fibre, that's not my fault. As they do make their way round. Bunga Borgia, currently 1/10 up on their fastest lap time, as they do make their way around. Now just under a 10th at the current segment. 2 tenths up for Maximiliano, as well as Stuart Woolley. 2 tenths up, 3 tenths up now for Ali C as they make their way around the circuit through turn number 4 right now and heading towards 5 and 6. 7, 8 and 9, probably my favourite complex in the circuit. Be sure to put in chat what your favourite complex is, as everybody does have different views of this circuit. As 46 seconds, 47 seconds as they head towards 7, 8 and 9 complex. Leader of Bunga Borgia, 2 tenths up now, 1 minute 21 on their current lap time as they make their way through. Of course, the last lap time was the fastest, and now that's actually going to be Samwise Holmes, who is going to be looking for the fastest lap, but now down, it looks like the top two are going to be fighting this one through. Samwise Holmes a little bit behind the top time of that driver, but they do keep on going back and forth, so a good chicane here could be the one that helps Bunga Borgia out. 5 tenths up into the chicane, heading out through the exit, 4 tenths on the exit, through the final corner, towards the line here, 4 tenths up coming out final, and going towards the line with a 4 tenth improvement, 1:43.642 to make it the new top time. less than a tenth faster than that top driver. However, it's still a new one nonetheless. Stuart Woolley now there in P number 3. Uno, P number 4. No improvement for them at the current segment. Maximilio making their way through. That was a... just going down on the track apparently. Bit of an awkward one there on the timing tower. As Uno, P number 5, Ali C is there now in P number 4. 1 minute 44.7 at this current segment. So that's how they're going to be sitting. Maximilio Heller making their way round. P number 8. 2 temps up right now for Matty. 3 temps up for Thomas Klug. You've got a few drivers. Tyson Josie is yellow flag on the circuit. Callum Brooker is out on the circuit, but on the current lap time, not invalidated to be fair. Jake Robinson invalidated, same with Tyler Gary, and then they've started a brand new lap time. Zimwe Kalamo is on a lap time, but that's a little bit slower. So watching, of course, Thomas Klug right now as they make their way into the final few corners. Samwise Hobbs once again up on the lap time. 1/10 at the current segment. Around the final corner, and that is going to be Thomas Klug. 7 temps up at the moment, not fast enough for Paul, but it will be fast enough for P number 13. And Samwise Hobbs having a yellow flag moment there, so they do return back to the pit lane. No incidents so far in this session. A few yellow flags for drivers going back to the pit lane, but other than that, no major incidents. You've got the number 18 right now. That is going to be the one and only Tyson Josie. They've stopped on the side of the circuit as Derek Brubaker is probably going to overtake on the circuit. Uno is making their way around pretty smoothly at this segment. No improvement, but start a brand new lap time. 7 temps up for Sam Zawisa right now, making their way around the final corner. Got to head across the line. 7 temps up on the time. Goes for an improvement to put on second row. 1 minute 44.217. So a very good improvement there for Sam Ulo. Once again, still no improvement. Dr. Bones, 5 temps up at the current segment on the lap time. Yellow flag further back on the circuit. No incidents. That is Ali C pulling over to the side, and Dr. Bones goes to the line. P number 12, 1 minute 45 at 1:82. 6 temps up for Louis Franco right now. Their best lap time is a 1:45.905. Driving in front of them of Thomas Klug, 1:45.625. Louis Franco, P number 13 now, 1 minute 45.357 with that improvement. 3 temps improvement right now on the current lap time, now down to 2 temps for Sam Zawisa. 1 minute 44.217 is the best lap time, so if they do keep with an improvement of about 2 temps, they will get up into P number 3 to put themselves on the front row. Even then, even only a minor improvement could help them out, but no improvement now on their current time, making their way down and through the order. Samwise is making it through. Oh, they're invalidated. Same with Sam Zawisa. 3 temps up. No invalidation. The other drivers behind them, that being Stuart Woolley, Ali C and Udo, are all invalidated. 3 temps down for Dima C. They now go up to 4 temps. So getting improvement for them. P number 9 currently 1:44.972. If we look at about 4/10 improvement, it would get them up into P number 7. So Ali C may have to be careful with that one in that regard. 3 temps up out through the chicane. Are they going to gain any time? No, they'll actually lose a tenth of Sam Zawisa. 1 minute 44.217, their best lap time. Is it going to be enough here to get into P number 3? Yes, it will be. 1 minute 43.967. So that's them up into the second row, and that will put them in a nice, comfy position for going through the rest of this one. Uro making their way round the circuit, but now pulling over to the side into the pit lane. Dima C in this very nice looking Ferrari, if I do say so myself, is continuing in P number 7. Of course, we do have the dashing RTs, but we've also got the manufacturers. You can see on the side of your screen what the manufacturers are here at this segment. You've got the 2 McLarens sat up top with a Ferrari and then a Lexus, followed by a McLaren, Ford Mustang, Ferrari, 2 more McLarens, and then a good old Porsche, followed by a McLaren, Ford. You get the gist. It's a nice little mix of cars tonight as they make their way through the circuit, as it is live, right? Okay, yeah, just my thing being awkward. Got all of it. Apologies, my software was having a bit of a buggy moment. There we go. So that's how they do currently sit. Matty pulls over to the side outside the final chicane. 110th up for DMC. It doesn't look like we're going to be getting any more improvements, unfortunately. Round final corner for DMC to 1/10 down at the moment. And Samwise Holmes making a small improvement on the new lap time, but that may change later on in the lap. Who's going to get where? Derek Brubaker, 2/10 up at the moment. 1.6 seconds up for Kim Van Der. So what will they be able to do here as they do make their way round? No lap time is... The last lap time was on 1:46.547. Comes across the line, P number 18. 1 minute 45.690. So that's not too bad for them. Samwise Holmes now looking to get back on the pole position. 2/10 up on their current lap time. We'll see what they will be able to do here as the helicam is in the sky, the helmet cams in the cockpit. This is what Samwise Holmes is doing at the moment. Down through to the 7, 6, 7, 8 complex as you go up the hill. Keeping it pretty clean. Nice move around the outside. And then into turn number 9. Begin the run down towards turn number 10. Turn number 10, one of the best overtaking opportunities due to the opportunity for a dive bomb. But be careful when you are going for a dive bomb because you don't want to be causing a collision between yourself and the other driver. 4/10 up for Samwise Holmes as the exit out turn number 10. But now down to 1/10, so losing quite a bit of time on the acceleration through the right-hander of turn number 12 and 13, 14, 15, 16, all to play for. It can get very confusing how many corners this track has because everybody classifies them differently. It's very weird. Over the curb, there's a car there off on the left, as that may have been, yeah, that was number 18. Around the final corner, 3/10 up, Samwise Holmes will put it on pole position, 1 minute 43.337. So steady as she goes, but key but here. Still plenty of time left in qualifying. Sit just under 7 minutes left on the clock. So anything is possible. 7 minutes left on the clock opens up quite a lot. 7/10 up right now is Kolomo. As Kamalo goes P number 22. And that's going to be that. P2, P3, P4, down to P number 8, all invalidated. 2/10 up at the moment is Andy Espinosa. So Andy keeping the line pretty steady. 7/10 at the moment. Last lap time was their fastest. 1 minute 44.632. So if they're able to keep this 8/10 improvement, which we'll see as they come out top 10, as they come out turn number 10. 8/10 right now, that would get them pretty high up actually. It's not Paul, but Andy Espinosa would get very high up. I believe, if I'm doing my maths correct, yeah. P number 3. So Andy Espinosa is on a good run here, 9/10. One more 10th and that's very, in fact, secured right now. 1/10, 1.2 seconds. We're 9/10 up as they make their way through. So round this final one and towards the line here for Andy Espinosa, this will be P number 3 as they continue around the circuit. And there's P number 3 for Andy Espinosa, 1 minute 43.865. Tyre top 9 invalidated. Uno making their way around. A lot of people invalidated actually. Only Denise, John Porter, Callum Brooker, they're down. and Uno are on validated lap times, but a lot of them are down on their laps, so no improvements looking to come on the board at the moment. As we see a beaver on the side of the circuit. So it is the Australian who's currently sat up top, followed by the UN driver, followed by the Chilean, followed by another UN driver, then the American, the Hong Kong, I think, South Africa, Romania, a few more UN, Argentina, Belgium, America, Ireland, Poland. So a good mix of nationalities. Racing at very different times. It is 20 to 8 here in the UK. So if I'm doing my maths correct, it'll be very late over in Europe, nearly 20 to 10 there. Even over in Asia. Props for racing if you're in Asia, because it is early in the morning. Three tenths, 2 tenths for Stuart Woolley, looking for an improvement. Even a slight improvement would get them up into P number 4, because it's very close between Jake Robinson, Sam Zawisa and Woolley. Woolley with a 143.975, Jake Robinson 143.965. In fact, even a 2 tenth, it could be P number 3 actually here for Stuart Woolley. But no improvement there. Coming out 10. And now down on their lap time. So Stuart Woolley would need a good run out these final few corners, but it doesn't look like it's going to end like that. So that's how that's going to sit. 1 tenth up right now is Jake Robinson. 2 tenths up in these early stages of the lap time. Driver in front, and Andy Espinosa, 1 minute 43.865. Last lap time for Jake Robinson is not the fastest, but their fastest lap time is a 143.965, and that's what we're taking the 10th relative from. So 3 tenths up at the moment. This would be P number 3, not P number 2. It would have to be a few more, but that's going to bring an end to that as they invalidate their lap time, does Jake Robinson, and not going to be getting an improvement on that one. Andy Espinosa has done the least laps, well, tied least laps, of drivers who have got lap times in on the board with themselves and Anthony Chan. Anthony Chan signed the pit lane. They have been for 10 minutes. So three laps completed for Andy Espinosa. That'll be the 4th lap that they will be completing currently. But Samwise Holmes sitting comfortably up in that top position right now. In fact, they may even be improving, because they are just over a little bit, under a tenth, but still a slight improvement at the current moment. Stuart Woolley invalidated still. Dr. Bones 1 tenth up, 2 tenths up, as they make their way through in what I'm going to depict as a cotton candy car, because that is cotton candy if I've ever seen cotton candy. Why am I saying cotton candy? I'm British. No, then again, it is called cotton candy over here. Weird. But P number 2 of Jake Robinson, 2 tenths up earlier on in their lap time. Now 2 tenths down for Dr. Bones. 3 tenths up for Jake Robinson. 1 tenth up for Samwise Holmes. Sam Zawisa, 2 tenths up, 1 tenth up now, 1 tenth for Stuart Woolley, with less than a minute now left on this clock. In fact, it's done, it's checkered, and Dr. Bones will stay where they are. Those final 6 minutes disappeared like they were nobody's business. Samwise Zawisa making their way through. Samwise Holmes knows that they have to get up there. They're 3 tenths up of their current lap time as they make their way into the final few through the chicane here at the Circuit of Barcelona, Catalunya. Samwise Holmes is going to make it through the final corner now. And it's going to be the McLaren who will be on pole. 1 minute 43.032. Can anybody dethrone? It will not be Jake Robinson. They're only P number 2. Andy Espinosa comes to the line now. 2 tenths up on their lap time, stays where they are. Stuart Woolley making their way round, but only a 10th up, 4 tenths up for Derek Brubaker. They will be getting an improvement. Will they get any extra positions though? That is the question. The American driver making their way round these final few corners on the exit. Or in fact, Zach Cuba. It's a bit small on my end, I apologise, as it comes across the line and stays where they are. Stuart Woolley making their way around the final few. And no improvement there for Stuart Woolley. They're down in the lap time. So this is your pole sitter for this race. It is going to be Samwise Holmes, followed by Jake Robinson, then Bunga Borgia, then Andy Espinosa rounds out that second row with Samrise, Zoisa and Stuart Woolley. Anthony Chan followed by Dr. Bones, Dimasi, Ali C, Udo, Maximiliano Heller, followed by Davy Van Eyden, then Louis Franco, Matty, Callum Brooker, Tyler Gary, Mondo Mando, Thomas Klug, Kim van der Gronch, Derek Brubaker, Kamalo, Denny's, John Porter, and then Tyson Josie. So, that's how everything will sit here going into the next part of this, which will be the race. But there is your pole sitter for tonight. And we've got a formation lap to do, so we'll get into your grid order prop play in just a few moments' time, because we have got a little bit of we got about 2 minutes here. So I will remind you, you can subscribe today. Just a nice little subscription moment. So when the formation lap gets underway, we will get into the grid order once again properly, because we'll be able to do it when they go around on the formation lap, because it's Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. So not long now, keep it tidy into turn number 1, that's what we want to see. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 'And formation lap now underway. So here's how your grid order will sit. Samwise Holmes lines up on pole position after a very, very good start here tonight. Jake Robinson then sits P number 2. Bunga Borgia then sits P number 3, followed by Andy Espinosa just behind him in the Audi to line up that second row. Sam Zoisa sits in P number 5 with Stuart Woolley in P number 6. Anthony Clan sits P number 7 with P number 8 going to Dr. Bones. Dimasi rounds up P number 9 with Ali C in P number 10, rounding out that top half of the grid. Uno then sits in P number 11 with Maximiliano J. Herrera in P number 12. Davy Van Den Island then sits P number 13 with Louis Franco in P number 14. Matty sits P number 15 with Callum Brooker in P number 16. Tyler Gary runs it all and signed P number 17. How far will they get up the grid order today with Mondo Mando just behind them in P number 18, looking to get that Beamer higher up the grid. Tom's Klug will then go in P number 19 with Kim Van de Kronke in P number 20. Derek Brubaker sits P number 21 with Kumalo in P number 22. Denny's sits P number 23 with John Porter in P number 24. Tyson Josie, an extra driver on the grid towards the end of qualifying there, sits in P25, and that will round out the order for today's grid. So they made their way through the 6, 7, 8 complex and up to 9. Of course, there's a Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Of course, the former and still private test circuit of many series, including Formula 1, using the older layout pre-2020. So no fast right-hander towards the end of the lap. It is a chicane still, and turn number 10 hasn't been changed for MotoGP, so rather than being a long left-hander, it is a heavy braking hairpin. So be sure to keep an eye out on lap number 1 for moves down the inside of this very corner. You can see the drivers trying to warm up the tyres there in the back of the grid. You've got to warm up your tyres, but you've also got to warm up your brakes, because you've got a nice long run down towards turn number 1. I think he knows he's being watched. There's the flash of the headlights. It is Samwise Holmes who is on pole position, and the drivers will start to line themselves up in their grid slots side by side. If I've got chances, I'll update you what's happening in the 24 hours of Nürburgring, but this is Samwise Holmes who actually pulls over to the side of the circuit there at the end, and that's Samwise Holmes back to the pit lane. So that is very weird there. Jake, what is happening towards the end? So very interesting what's happening there. So Bunga Borgia is going to have a pretty decent grid slot here at the start, as we are at Barcelona. It's all eyes to gantry, and it's going to be going towards start-finish line. Green flag drops, major start for Bunga Borgia. Stuart Woolley also gets away well. Sam Zawisa makes their way through. No idea what happened there. Some of the drivers already going to have Anthony Chan making their way down in towards the middle, heading in towards turn number 1. Bunga Borgia is able to keep the inside line. Anthony Chan is going to fall behind him. That's a spin round there for Dimasi as they continue holding onto the line, and there is major collisions here at the back. Not at all what some of these drivers would have wanted. There's Samwise Holmes, so no idea what happened to them on the start. That was very weird when they pulled over to the side. Bunga Borgia leads this. Sam Zawis is there, Dimasi is there, and everybody has been reset back to the grid. Okay, thought it was. Restart because of turn 1 accident. Thought so. I just had to double check, because I was like, hold on. Is this a glitch on my end, or is it? Yeah. Okay, cool. So, turn 1 incident, man. I mean, God. That's not how you want to start the race. At all. So, way to get off the line here.
10 seconds.
In 8 seconds. So, another formation. Nice. That was a major incident there at turn number 1. That was major. That is not what we like. That is not what we want to see again, unfortunately. So, Samwise Holmes, Andy Espinosa, Jake Robinson. Grid should be similar. Tyler Gary is slow off that start-finish line. Oh, there. Pretty smooth. So, controlling the pace. Controlling the pace, just single file until the start-finish line. Single file, keep it steady. Clean, nice racing. So, let's get ready to go again, shall we? We're approaching the back end of the circuit. Let's hope for a nice clean turn number 1. We don't want any major incidents, please. What? No idea what's going on with Samwise there. So, Bunga Borgia around the final corner. Wait for it, wait for it. It's green and go once again as the flag drops. Nice and smooth there for Bunga Borgia. Already making it down towards turn number 1 once again for the second time tonight. Trying to go on the inside. Stuart Wooley's there. Also going to have plenty more drivers. A little bit of contact between some. But further back, it's pretty decent as the rest of the grid makes their way through. Trying to hold on to the lines, but a little bit of contact there for Samwise Awisa. But other than that, they are holding it pretty steady. Samwise through and Samwise down. It's unlucky there as they make their way through turn number 3. Very confusing why they put the side down at the complex before the chicane. But either way, Sam Zoisa is now the one of the Sams who is up in P number 4. Stuart Woolley, then Anthony Chan, and then Bunga Borgia is there in the top position as they make their way through. Change the session best relative. There's your race gaps as they make it up and through the circuit, through 6, 7, 8, and in towards 9. Who gets what? That's the question. Thomas Klug trying to fight it through. 2 tenths behind him is Jake Robinson, trying to get past Tyler Gary, as that was Samwise Holmes. Or no, that was Kumalo, who actually went off and into the gravel a little bit there, kicking up some rocks, which realistically that's what they are, as they make it down into the brakes of turn number 10. 2 tenths up, Uno is down, round and wide. Who is going to get full advantage here? Not the race that they would have hoped for on the start, but Uno is there. Andy Espinosa had a very bad start. But making it tidy. You've got this happening in the background. Here comes the BMW down the inside of the Porsche. That's Thomas Klug who is making that move done. You've got Louis Franco a little bit further back, trying to hold on to their position. 4 tenths at the moment between those drivers, and that's Bunga Borgia, who's almost losing out on the race lead, but gets it back. Anthony Clan went a little bit wider there as they continue up through the right-hander. Stuart Woolley on the outside line, Anthony Chan on the inside line. Who is going to have it down in towards the braking zone? It's on board with Anthony Chan trying to close in on the drivers just in front. Sam Zoisa is going to be right behind him as they continue to fight their way through. Opportunity on the inside will open up, and they will take it down in towards 5 and all the way towards 6. Holding on to it. A little bit of a wobble there for Anthony Chan. Stuart Woolley ahead as they hold and chase down Bunga Borgia, who leads this one, but fastest lap goes to Anthony Chan. 1 minute 48.527 in these opening stages, and now that's going to be Tyler Gary, who went down the inside of Kumalo, but Kumalo's going to be right there with him, not going to let it up this time. Up through 9 towards turn number 10, and then already keeping the space between the 2 drivers. Tyler Gary having a little bit of an off, but keeping it within the track limits, as that's the curb down in towards the braking zone. Samwise Holmes having a little bit of a moment there due to the penalty, due to a slight bit of contact maybe, and that's going to be Kumalo, who has to slot in behind Samwise Holmes, who made their way through to get past and into just behind Tyler Gary. Let's see if we can get a replay on this one. Yes, we can. You just saw it inside line. Nice clean dive and moved on cleanly to get that position up and into another place. So many battles happening in this one, and that's going to be the driver of Kumalo has gone round at the chicane. Drive through got for number 7, and just up and on the grass, round the car goes. And that is not the start that Kumalo would have wanted to get, as you got plenty more making their way through. Stuart Woolley holding on to this one as well. P number 2 at the moment, 3 tenths off that top time, which is of course the leader of Bunga Borgia. Higgs, Thomas Klug, wheel to wheel, side by side with Kim Dan Veng Trag as they go around the outside, and clean done. That's a move for Tom's Klug into P number 21 in this current position. Derek Brubaker, 1 tenth right now, trying to go down the inside here, and they will get the move done, but is it going to be enough? You've got Denny's, who's right alongside, trying to fight their way through, holding on to it this time as they continue around the circuit, but now Porsche goes down the inside, keeping it pretty steady, but other than that, that's going to be the move done, and they're up an extra position. There's a little bit of contact there, maybe between the 2. As a little bit further forward, you do have Jake Robinson, who's chasing down Tyler Gary still. This is just outside the top 10, P number 15 to be exact. The leader of Bunga Borgia has got over to open up to 8 tenths on Stuart Woolley. Ali C is right there with him. Dan Van is also up there. A little bit of contact there with Tyler Gary maybe. And oh, bit of a squeeze there. Don't know if that would be exactly legal. And that's going to put Tyler Gary a position behind here as Jake Robinson gets overtaken once again. So maybe knowing that they were in the correct position. But this time round, who's going to get it? Because it is all to play for as they head down into towards chicane on the rear wing here of Tyler Gary. Up and over the curbs, keeping it tied. And now making their way through. Samwise Holmes a little bit further ahead is going to be on the attack here as they make their way down the back stretch. Down the front stretch, I should say. Samwise Holmes is there. Don't know why we were on pit camera for a second. But now in towards the braking zone of turn number 1. Samwise Holmes trying to fight their way back up the grid order, but nothing there that time. Continuing holding this line. Stuart Woolley trying to chase themselves down a P number 1 position. They've got past Anthony Chan. And now Bunga Borgia is going to have to be really careful about this one, because you can see the Ford Mustang just behind them. 3/10 is that timing point between the two drivers. One of the closest gaps, 0.1 between Kim Van Klunch and then rest of the driver. I'm just going to say Kim Van from now on, but I do not want to butcher it anymore. I do apologise, Kim, as they continue for this race. You've still got plenty of time left on the clock here. Mondo Mando in a defensive position, as now they're going to be locked in this fight with Samwise Holmes, who's trying to go around the outside here into the 6, 7, 8 complex, and clean uphill move. Lovely overtaking there by Samwise Holmes. They head up through turn number 9 and clean as you like. Open up the gap to 5/10 as the leader once again, so sitting about the same each time here as we're further back. This is Derek Brubaker and of course Denny's as they continue to fight their way through. Uno also in this fight. Andy Espinoza a little bit further forward, right in the mix of it. Tyler Gary in between them, in front of him, and Uno just behind him. Uno smiley face, I should say, as Samwise Holmes is now 3/10 off the back of Ali C, so we'll keep an eye on that lap time. Tyson, Joe C and Kim Van have come together, it seems. The number 302 has definitely had a moment, the number 18 and the 302. This is the replay of what happened. So coming up through 9 for the Porsche driver of the 302, that of course being Kim Van Der, into the braking zone. What happens here? Yeah. So that's what happened there. As the leaders once again pretty close to each other as they make their way through. You can see the Ford Mustang there once again. As watching on the helmet cam, you'll be able to see them in the little rear view, which drivers do get outside of sim racing in towards the complex of uphill once again, as I like to call it, as keeping it tidy right at the curbs and smooth lines all around, as once again Stuart Woolley making their way through, continuing down this stretch as you go towards 10, possibly an overtaking opportunity, but the Ford Mustang will try and go for it. Stuart Woolley will get in the lead, but it's up and under there by Bunga Borgia, and they get themselves back up into P number 1 for the McLaren driver. Ford Mustang going to try fight this one back as they make their way up and through the complex. You can see how close these two drivers are getting down in towards the chicane, but it's going to be Bunga Borgia who will get a beautiful line here as they do continue around this circuit. Front row seat as we ride on board with Anthony Chan. One mistake, Anthony Chan is fastest, 1 minute 44.4 flat, heading towards start finish line here. That was the last lap time and no improvement on that lap, but it is of course staying consistent, which you do like to see. Ali C making their way round as they get overtaken there by Uno, who's now making their way down the circuit. Anthony Chan may have an opportunity here as they head up through the through 2 and into 3. Keeping an eye on that. Lexus with the straight line speed. Main advantage is definitely the main straight and the back straight, but will they be able to hold on to it this time round? Front row seat to the cars in front as you have the helmet cam here, watching the G-forces be lateral on these drivers. Of course, not all drivers drive in cockpit. Some drivers do drive on the bonnet, which is no offence to them. Some bonnet camera drivers are very fast as you make your way throughout the rest of the circuit. 3/10 further back for Samwise Holmes on Davey. Still no overtake there done as once again mid-part as big rear end wobble there for Anthony Chan. So that's going to give Stuart Woolley the advantage here. Advantage to break away. 5/10 though. So Ford Mustang not going to be close enough this time round. Samwise Holmes trying to fight their way throughout the current segment. Up and over the crest of the hill. And now continuing to hold it. Closing, but 6/3/10. Samwise Holmes sits in P number 10. Just over the 10-minute mark deep into this race. Chicane, clean. Samwise Holmes looking up and under. But for Mustang straight line speed, we know the advantage here. In the tow is the McLaren. Keeps it steady, looks inside. Inside line, Samwise Holmes going to try go for it, and that looks to be almost done. Here comes the Ford Mustang though, Davy Van Eyden, as they make their way into 4, and that is done for Samwise Holmes. As number 19 has had a moment further back. That is Andy Espinosa, but this fight still isn't over yet. It's going to be Jake Robinson who's trying to go for this move. Down through 6 now, into 7, 8, almost inside line there for Jake Robinson. A little bit of door banging between the two drivers, but that's Jake Robinson up a position and into P number 10 now in this race. Is that Stuart Woolley and Bunga Borgia making their way around? What happened there? Where was the overtake? It's 30 seconds back on the replay. So Anthony Chan, while we're looking away at the replay, is also trying to get the move done, but not that time available. Heading now, this is where it happens. Just main straight, just down the straight. Clean, done, nice. Oh, a little bit of door banging in the hairpin, but inside line is afforded and move is done. So Anthony Chan right now trying to get past Stuart Woolley. Almost inches, millimetres as they head up through the left-hander over the curb. Incredibly close. Camera's almost touching each side of the car. Heading up through. That's the move done there for Anthony Chan into P number 2 for tonight. But Stuart Woolley still going to try to fight this one back. Maximiliano getting past him a C further back on the grid order as the top guys on the podium, lads and ladies, do fight here into the brakes. Up and under, deep for the Lexus. Now comes it. One more time. Inside, watch the mirror, heavy on the brakes, right hand side, in the blind spot, Anthony Chan, still there, mega defence there by Anthony to get themselves up and into P number 2, keeping that position. The Ford Mustang is going to have to settle in behind. Do be careful, you got more than one driver now starting to creep up. Sam Zawisa there as Dimasi, and this is also going to be inside line. Callum Brooker is in that fight. As 302 and 30 have come together, I think. Yeah, 302 and 30. So, watching this is just not what you want. Oh! Big hit in the rear end. It's not a major incident, it's just, hey, a little bit of bang on the booty. A little bit of bang on the booty as they make their way through. Stuart Woolley trying to get closer to the chuff of the car just in front of, of course, being Anthony Chan in the Lexus, but Sam Zawisa and Dr. Bones now also trying to close in on this fight. Dr. Zawisa 1 second from Stuart Woolley, 1.3 seconds from Sam Zawisa to Dr. Bones, so we could have a 5-car fight here towards the end. 3.4 seconds for Bunga Borgia, so pretty good attack there. That's a Ford Mustang off. Seeing that on the right hand side. Who is that? That seems to be John Porter. Stuart Woolley holding it, keeping it steady as she goes. So, rest of the fights down the field have calmed down a little bit, apart from Louis Franco down the main straight here. Derek Brubaker is seemingly got the overtake done, but closing. Derek Brubaker has to be careful here into turn number 1, but steady as she goes. As Davy Van Eyden getting that overtake done, so that's them up a position. Mando. 2 tenths from Dimasi. Udo getting a position as well further back. As yellow flag for the 462. What happens there? Oh, big rear end wobble. Oh! Oh, we need to replay that from Gary's perspective, actually. So that was Mando. So this is from Tyler Gary's perspective. Too much curb. Tyler almost loses it as well, actually. Putting that car in a bit of a drift for a moment. So that could have ended very badly for more than one driver there, as that could have resulted in a big pile up further back, actually, with how many cars were around there. Stuart Woolley once again trying to get past Anthony Chan. Maybe being assisted a little bit here by lap traffic. Maybe being assisted a little bit by lap traffic. We'll wait and see. So, Anthony Chan, holding P number 2 at the moment. No longer his fastest lap, actually. That goes to Sam Weiss-Holmes with a 1:44.005. As another yellow flag further back, the 462 and the 528. What happens there? Oh, yeah, no. Oh, as we also see Matty there into the barrier. So I'll be under investigation. I'm confident as Samwise Holmes just got the overtake done here. This was to get past Dr. Bones. So Samwise making their way slowly back up the field and move down the inside at 10. Clean, done, textbook as you like it. And do not forget, all these drivers have to make a pit stop some point in this race. We're nearly at 35 minutes. 35 to 25 is when majority you see pit stops. But many do like undercuts or overcuts down in towards the braking zone of turn number 1 here on board with Stuart Woolley. Mando there. Maximiliano having a yellow flag further back here. Number 68 getting caught up in an incident. This was Maximiliano. Turn number 1, isn't it? Turn 1 dive bomb. Went too far back. Oh no! Well, no, just lost it on their own. Okay. A little less dramatic than usual turn 1s. That's good. We don't want too many people getting caught up in incidents. Jake Robinson, one of the closest gaps on circuit at the moment, is chasing down Dr. Bones. But now that gap opens up as they exit through 10. This is Uno making their way down towards Maximiliano J. Herrera. Do keep in mind that Herrera will most likely have hot tyres still after that turn 1 spin, so anything is possible towards the end of this one. Right-hander, keep it steady on the exit. Run begins. Right-hander, inside curb, just steady. Uno making their way through. Callum Brooker into the pit lane. 2 temps in 3. Wider there for Maximiliano. Uno is the one keeping it pretty steady at the moment. But Maximiliano is doing some very decent defending here as we're inside the boot. I forget this is the rear wing camera for the boot. In the boot in the Porsche. So that makes it interesting. Inside once again, here comes Uno. Around the outside at 10. Over the curb goes Maximiliano. That's actually going to put them in contention now because Ali C is going to be right behind him as well. Trying around the outside though on Uno. Still there. Ali C looks to take advantage. Inside line now. Ali C possible inside but keeps it clean. Does not want to risk it. And slots back into P number 12. 3 attempts between Anthony and Stuart Woolley. We're over the 35-minute now, so be interested to see which of these drivers comes in first. Steady as she goes. So, Ulo, Maximiliano and Ali are in that fight. Staying pretty tight together. Pit stops so far this evening have been Derek Brubaker, Tyson Josie, Dimmacy, Callum Brooker. And they're the only ones to pit so far. Fastest lap goes to Samwise Holmes with 1 minute 44.005. And that's Ali C, who's just been overtaken Maximiliano down the stretch. And that was a nice clean one. Let's see if we can catch that one again. Maximiliano on the right. And you can just see a little bit wider inside lines there. And while we were looking away, there has been yellow. Anthony Chan is into the pit lane. Was there contact in that final chicane between the number 888 and the 111? It seems like there was. Let's have a replay. Oh, okay, no, just try to get in the pit lane and a little bit of a tap on the rear. So Anthony Chan's into the pit lane now. That's going to shake everything up because that's the first leader to pit. Trying to go for the undercut on Bunga Borgia. As Anthony Chan now at the pit lane. So Samwise Holmes, I do wonder, does, oh, Ferrari South Sam moves over the right hand side, maybe losing the rear end a little bit, and that's giving Sam the position. Samwise Holmes past Sam Zawisa. So on net, Samwise right now is P3. No, P4 on net. As Sam Zawisa is into the pit lane now. So, Zawisa in the pit lane. The question is, when is the leader going to pit? Up and through 10. Everybody's chilling in their pit boxes now, so it's a little bit calmer. I'm going to get this up for you lovely people, because I know you probably can't have two things up at the same time if you're racing. Live timing. So, right now, as Bunga Borgia is into the pit lane. So I can't exactly get nerve up because Bunga Borgia is into the pit lane, same with Dr. Jones. So where are they at? Where is Anthony Chan going to come out? It was a few seconds, but it can still make a difference. One bad pit stop is all it takes. Yellow flag for number 52. As Bungaborgi is on pit exit. And this is Anthony Chan. So, getting past Davey, but a pretty big gap. 5.7 seconds, so not much change there. Stuart Woolley is leader, but net P2. I would make an assumption that... Oh, Dr. Bones has had a yellow. Oh wait, no, that's just for that bit lane. My bad. So Stuart Woolley stays out another lap. Samwise Holmes also stays out. Jake Robinson stays out. Uno is a little bit further back on the grid. So they're going to be the next relative to pit stops. You've had Bungaborgia, Anthony Chan, Dr. Bones, Callum Brooker, Davy Van Eyden, Dimasi, Mondo Mando, Louis Franco, Maximiliano, Tyler Gary, Sam Zawisa, Derek Brubaker, Tyson Josie, all make their pit stops. Tyler Josie, Sim Kamalo, and John Porter are all yet to go out their pit box. There is Ulo into the pits. So that's going to give us the relative for, I would say, the mid-pack. Samwise Holmes right now, down to 1.8 seconds, closing in on Stuart Woolley. So, Samwise Holmes, this is the thing, Samwise has had a pretty good clean air. Sure, they're chasing down Stuart Woolley, but does either make a pit stop? Do either of them make a pit stop? Not this time either. So they are going longer. As Mondo Mando chasing down Dimasi, inside line down in towards turn number 1. Almost a little bit of contact and good sportsmanship. Mondo Mando knowing it was there, slowing down to let Dimasi recover. Good sportsmanship. Obviously you want to avoid collisions, yet when they do happen and you see that, that is good sportsmanship and it's great to see it. Bungaborgia chasing down Thomas Klug. Thomas Klug yet to pit, so lap traffic now in effect for the net race leader. This could affect them. Jake Robinson into the pit lane. Stuart Woolley into the pit lane. So Bungaborgia making it through. Here keeps it done, light, clean. Lots of people on the track right now, but pit stops also into effect. We're in a calm point here. Samwise Holmes does lead this. Yet to pit. That's the big one. Samwise Holmes is yet to pit. LEC with a yellow flag. As oh! Okay, well. What? That was very weird. Number 31. Okay, that must have been a bull. That was a very weird blip. That was a very, very weird blip there. So right now, the gap is 59 seconds. And there we go. Samwise calls it. It's into the box. Okay, now it's... Okay. My software is glitching with Uno. I apologise. So, Bunga Borgia is making their way up and through the complex. As Samwise pulled off a strategic masterclass here. There we go, it's updated now. Bunga Borgia, P number 2. Out through 10. Samwise is stopped. How close is this going to get? There was 59-second difference when Samwise pulled it into the pits. And Samwise is off the blocks on the roll. Coming around the final corner is Bunga Borgia. This is going to be incredibly close. As, yep, there's the leader. It's not as close as I thought it would. Samwise Holmes just about coming out of the pit lane. P number 3. So that pit stop was exactly 65 seconds for both stop time and on the jacks. So Bunga Borgia leads this, followed by Anthony Chan and then Samwise Holmes. Samwise Holmes is 3.4 seconds behind Anthony Chan, meaning that they are, by calculation, they're 6.5 seconds off the leader of Bunga Borgia. We've got 21 minutes left in this race. So if it's about 6 seconds, 6 divided by 20, that's 18, 24. About a second every, no. Calculation things. Samwise Holmes chasing down the driver further ahead. This is Louis Franco chasing down Ali C. As Louis Franco is getting very close to the rear end here of Ali. There yet. Keep it tidy. Don't lose too much. And you finished the race. That is a win in itself, I would say. 5 temps between Louis Franco and Ali C. Over the curbs. Tighter. Tighter. Hold it. Now, holding the line pretty well, I will say. But no big gaps opening up in this race. So, looking at the relatives, if I can find it, position delta. There we go. You can see the relatives there on the screen. Both positive and negative. Okay, that's new. I'm gonna not touch that. So as the relatives. Keeping them pretty steady. Samwise Holmes down to 1.8 seconds. As number 72 has had a moment. That's just wide at 5. As right now, Louis Franco is still 3 seconds. Here we go, Samwise Holmes further ahead. We'll get off this replay as quickly as we can. That's why. As Samwise Holmes gets that move done. Let's see if I got this right. Chicane? Oh no, wide. Okay, that's wide. The Lexus went a little bit deeper than they would have liked, and that gave Samwise the opportunity to get past. Just under 5 seconds now for Samwise Holmes to Bunga Borgia. There is 16 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock. So it's going to get real close. This is David Van Den versus Callum Brooker. Currently for the battle of P number 7. As no off. Not what you want. Just way too much. So getting a bit aggressive, I would say. Seems like David Van wants to get this move over and done with, but by being on the level of aggression that they currently are, it is resulting in them going deep into their corners. So that's losing them time in the longer run. It. Right hander, main straight. David Van Eyden. Main straight. Callum Brooker is on the left hand side. But will it be kept? Where is the Ford Mustang? There's the Ford. As they're heading towards turn number 1. Right on the outside, tries to Ferrari. Ford Mustang is going to get second line. And that's move done by David Van Den for the time being. And yeah, David Van Eyden up in the P number 7 with a nice clean move. Samwise Holmes has brought the gap to the lead down to 3.1 seconds. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what will happen between the leaders at this current rate that they're closing in. You've got Louis Franco right now chasing down Dimasi still. So Dimasi in the blue Ferrari, the carbon fibre Ferrari is Louis Franco, and then Ali C is also in this fight. So we got 3 cars looking to get this fight done here as they make their way up and through. And still defending it as well as Dimasi. Ali C is also going to be right there with him. Inside line for Louis Franco though. Good move and move done. Clean, tidy. That's what you like to see. Just a clean move down the inside. They knew Ali C was behind Dimmer, so they kept the inside open. And that gave Louis Franco the opportunity and full advantage to take that opening up space and take it. Leader is 1.8 seconds ahead now of Samwise Holmes. That gap is coming down rapidly. You're watching on YouTube of Lexi J. Marshall, and you've got 12 minutes 20 seconds left on this clock. LAC still there. 3 temps, 5 temps now. So nothing much changing. Samwise Holmes 1.3 seconds up at that top. 1 minute 43, 2.32 is now the fastest lap of the session. 1 minute that's set by Samwise Holmes, who sits in P number 2. And here we go then. Once again, Dimasi, Ali C, side by side. And you've also got Maximilian Herrera, who is coming into this fight now. So they've got a front row seat to this as they make their way around the circuit. They go inside now of Ali C and get an overtake done. But Ali C is going to try fight this one back through the corner, up and round, but nothing there that time. A big wobble. As Callum Brooker is into the pit lane again. Is that a penalty? I'll keep an eye on that one. B12, number 17. That penalty's not popped until after he's served, unfortunately. Change in that one. Down 8 tenths for Samwise. 4 tenths. This is where it counts. 2 McLarens, 1 winner. We're in the final 10 minutes. And we've got a 2-car fight on our hands for the race win here at Barcelona. Through, holding the line pretty well. Still 3 attempts, nothing big changes yet. Number 52's at a moment just in front of him. So, number 52, let's see what happened to them. Just slop circuit. You can see the race leaders there. We're on the replay at the moment. And, oh yeah. So, further back, once again this fight, you've got Dimasi, Maximiliano, and Ali C. Keep an eye on that gap between the top two as well. This is a three-car fight further back, so we'll give eyes to this one for now. Maximilian J. Herrera trying to go around the outside here on Dimasi. Around the outside, inside line for 2, into 3, almost there. Ali C is going to try take advantage as well in that one. Holding the line, through and up, around the outside, but it's not going to be enough. Maximilian J. Herrera is going to be the one in front, followed by Ali C, then Dimasi, but into turn number 4, Dimasi is going to be still behind. And that's going to be that. Samwise Holmes, while we were talking about that, has got the lead done and dusted as they headed onto the main straight. Start the chicane for the race leader, and that was Samwise Holmes. Seized advantage, inside line. Samwise Holmes is back into the lead of the Barcelona GP. Uno, yellow flag. But is Berger Borg going to be able to get this one back? Yes, they will. Around the outside, clean, done. So Berger Borg here, back into the lead of this one. This is going to be monumental between these two. This is going to go all the way to the end. I'm suspecting. 7 minutes left on the clock here. And it currently sits like this. Berger Borgia sits on pole, sits at the top currently, but Samwise Holmes is only 4 turns behind, trying to chase him down. Followed then by Anthony Chan and Stuart, followed by Anthony Chan around at the podium. Then it's Stuart Woolley, Jake Robinson, Davy Van Den Eyden, Louis Franco, Dr. Bones, Maximiliano J. Herrera, Ali, Dimasi, Tyler Gary, Thomas Klug, Ulo, Sam Zawisa, Callum Brooker, Kim Van Der, Derek Brubaker, Denny's, and then Tyson Josie. As that is going to be Sam Zawisa, who has lost out there, but Samwise Holmes is going to be trying to fight this one down the main straight here, side by side. Is it going to be an advantage in the twin towards turn number 1? Look how close these two are getting. Moves to the far right, does Berger Borgia, trying to keep it on the inside, but way more momentum for Samwise. And that's once again similar place, similar move. Samwise Holmes is back into P number 1. But fastest lap time so far in this race, 1 minute 43.232. The last lap time for Samwise Holmes was 1:45.930. The last lap time for Berger Borgia was 1 minute 45.552. So, anything is possible. Samwise, a little bit deeper there. Berger Borgia gets ahead. So these two going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We are running 144s, so we'll be going on to third to final here. Third to final, around the right-hander. Samwise going to try and get this one here. Moves to the right-hand side. That's a mistake by Berger Borgia, it seems. Is it going to be, though? Samwise Holmes inside line. Down the main straight in front of the grandstands as they head into the turn. One more time. You see the timing tower in the background, but not that time. Samwise Holmes slots in behind. And going to play the safe game. Anthony Chan has had a yellow flag moment. What happened there? Possibly a loss of the rear end. Nothing too big yet for the Lexus driver. They got Stuart Woodley, who is trying to close in. 7 tenths now to Anthony Chan. So we're going to have 2 fights here for podium-wise. Battle for the race lead and battle for P number 3. Samwise Holmes in this one, chasing down Bunga Borgia. As here we go, Stuart Woolley further back, 3 tenths between these guys, all to play for. Stuart Woolley has got past Anthony Chan. Oh, a little bit of contact between the two actually on the replay here. You can see that, a little bit of contact. Chan goes wide and that gives Stuart Woolley the opportunity to get through. And once again, move done. But is it enough? No, it's not. Borgie is going to try it. Rail to wheel, side by side, out through 11, into 12. 13's up next. Samwise is there. Jake Robinson getting past Anthony Chan further back. David Van Eyden has had a yellow flag. That's a collision with another driver of Derek Brubaker. Samwise Holmes back in the lead of this one. And we are on to one more time. Penultimate lap here at Barcelona. Has Samwise done enough? Bunga Borgia is back down to a second. Samwise has taken it to penultimate. Anthony Chan is having big yellows. What is going on? In the space of a single lap, Anthony Chan's fallen off the podium. Stuart Woolley is now in P number 4. In P number 3. But Samwise out, exit, clean air, 1.5 seconds already. Minute 43, 2:32, yet to be beaten. Closest gaps on the circuit now is Ali C to Dimasi and Ulo to Thomas Klug. Ali C actually now closest, closing in on Dimasi. 4 tenths between the two. Down the main straight, maybe a little bit of lap traffic here. Ali C just going off the circle a little bit there, that's why the white popped up. Over the crest, Dimasi is right in front. Oh, Porsche! What is... There is another Porsche in between them. I'm not seeing things. There we... No, okay. Couldn't get it up for some reason. I apologise. As Uno is there. Alice Dimasi. It rhymes. So Maximiliano is there, and we are now on the final lap. So Dimasi will be going on final. This is Maximiliano falling off the back here, trying to chase down Dr. Bones. Anthony Chan into the pit lane. Definitely sustained damage. I unfortunately don't know what the number 88 sustained that from. Number 88, I only see yellows, no accidents. But Maximiliano on Dr. Bones still. One more time onto the main straight now. As we are out of time. It's this and it's final. One more lap for Maximiliano to get an opportunity here. 30 seconds approximate until the race leader will cross the line. Stuart Woolley's here in P number 3, but take all the flowers you want. Drink all the bubbly. Drink as much milk as Indy has been around. Take it to the line. Samwise Holmes round the final corner. We thought he was down and out. He's come back to the top in the McLaren. Samwise Holmes wins at Barcelona, Catalunya. in tonight's race in the Race Trim Series. Bunga Borgia, P number 2. Stuart Woolley, P number 3. We thought it was gonna be Anthony, but instead it was not. Jake Robinson, P number 4. Dr. Bones right now is trying to chase down Anthony Chan. We've got this fight happening further back. This is Ali C on Dimasi. This is further back. Dimasi's right there with him. This is two fights, and they come together in the final few moments. Dimasi and Ali C come together in the dying embers. Louis Franco has gone round in the dying embers. It's all come unravelled for Thomas Klug, Ali C, Dimasi, Louis Franco. What has happened? Further back, my voice is cracking. What did we witness towards the end? Mondo Mando, around the final, will take home P number 6. Tyler Gary, because of the incidents behind him, in front of him I should say, is going to take it, and he's going to get P number 10. Uno may get Ali C here. Keep an eye on that gap. They're 4/10. You can also see it. Here comes Tyler Gary to the line. P number 10. Uno is going to be trying to go for it. Round the final corner. We've got a drag race between the two. Ali C's trying to defend it. They come together. Both go off into the barrier. Uno is going to have the advantage due to the barrier. What on earth? What on earth? This is the replay. It was nice and professional the entire time, and then my voice went at the end. Whoa, those voice cracks. My God, goodness size. And Danky Von. So, Samwise Holmes did win. Hold on, let me hide this. There we go. Okay, everybody's leaving. I can't get it. Okay, I missed it. Okie dokie. In fact, I know how I can get it. Let me grab it. I can grab my top 3. Right, I know Samwise was top. Where's my headphones? Oh, I could just go smoking there. Right, one sec. Let me get my headphones. Grab that, grab that. Got my headphones. Change my output to my headphones. And we shall hop in there. I've lost the Discord. There we go.
Throughout the whole race though, like I never stopped racing.
Lexi, they're both all in there. So.
Oh. I was getting the headphones, damn it.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Right, I need to mute my game real quick because I've got lots of lovely people here. Gentlemen, you could all have a nice quick little chat between yourselves. Oh, that was a race and a half. Okie dokie. Let's go, shall we? Samwise Holmes, you are live on YouTube.
Hey, how you going?
Hello. That was I think the question which I'm going to ask and everybody else is going to ask. What happened on the formation lap?
We decided we were going to run from the back, so we did.
And then he went on to win it.
I mean, that was the plan.
You shock me. As a general thing, you shock me. Yeah. So, I mean, first thing we're going to go through is talk us through that final battle, because we were watching basically all of it, and my goodness, it looked intense just from talking about it.
It's so good to race drivers who you trust are going to leave space and race hard and defend hard, but be respectful. So that was the best part about getting there and having that battle at the end. Is we could have a lot of good side by side moments, and that just made it that much better and that much more enjoyable as well.
Yeah, obviously. And we know what happened before the restart. What was that like from your perspective? Because in all honesty, all we saw was cars going everywhere from the helicam.
Well, I was safe, so I wasn't in the carnage. Managed to go around or through the carnage, so I didn't see what happened myself on the first start. So can't comment there.
I mean, fair enough. And obviously, we all know Barcelona, but I'm not here enough to ask any like proper league questions. So, if there's for you, what's Barcelona like racing at, and how does it compare to other circuits? Like, what's also your favourite and all that?
Yeah, I love these fast flowing circuits like your Barcelonas, your Silverstones, Kyalami. I'm a big fan of these type of circuits, and as far as racing, I mean, some people say that Barcelona is like a hard track to pass on, but I've always found it to produce really memorable, strong races. So I'm a big fan of Barcelona. I think it's one of my best circuits. So yeah, I just always enjoy racing it, and if you've got the right people, it's a fun one to race on, as long as they leave space.
All of a sudden, you have to leave a space. Before I let you go, sir, anybody you'd like to give a thanks or a shout out to?
Oh yeah, shout out to the RaceTrim organizers. What a great community they've built here, and it's genuinely. I mean, I'm waking up at 4 a.m. in Australia just to race with this group of weirdos. So that's how good of a community it is.
Oh, fair enough. I shall let you go, sir. Go pop open that bubbly and have a good. I can't say good. I can't say night. Have a good rest of your Sunday morning.
Thank you.
And that was Samwise Holmes. So, next up, Borgin, you are live on YouTube. Talk us through that race, especially with that final battle with Sam.
I think I did pretty okay for my own standards, but the fastest guys all started at the back. The last few laps, I think we were just like farming safety rating at that point. Like, Samwise gave me so many chances for first, but I just couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Yeah. Obviously, with this race, we saw quite a lot of strategy calls. What was your strategy? Was it a strategy to go for an undercut, or was it a strategy to go as long as possible, or did the strategy change at any point?
I just kept it simple. I just put half fuel and then pitted on lap this minute 30.
Nice and simple. Not to fair. Can't beat a nice simple strategy. Obviously, I asked Sam this, so I'm gonna same to you, because obviously, so people can find you on YouTube. Introduce yourself. What do you race about, etc.
Okay. I mean, I joined RaceTrim a few months ago. I'm relatively new to sim racing, so this community has been pretty good to teach me quite a lot of stuff. And yeah, I hope to improve as I keep racing with all of them.
Oh, fair enough. Before I let you go, sir, anybody you would like to thank or shout
out? Not anyone in particular. Everyone was really great today.
Oh, fair enough. I shall let you go and have a good rest of your night. That was a very fine race. And have a good night, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And Stuart Woodley, you are live on YouTube.
Hello, Alex.
Hello. God, talk us through that, because the way I saw that was chaos at the end.
It wasn't too chaotic, perhaps. I mean, my heart was definitely beating in my throat. And I'll give a spoiler already. The person I wanted to give a shout out to was Jake Robertson, who finished in fourth, also doing a last to first, like Samwise. But I've raced with him a lot. He knows all my flaws, and seeing him close in on me, pretty much the last 10 laps were, don't let Jake catch you, don't let Jake catch you, because it will be a very aggressive pass, and if he gets near me, it's over. So for me, it was just navigate back markers without losing time, stop making mistakes, and don't let Jake catch you.
Well, at least you're honest about it. It is one of those things where you got somebody catching you, and I do think that it helps you out in a way, because it gives you a thing of this person's catching me, I need to put the foot down.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it's one thing to be able to drive on a track by yourself. It's another thing to be able to drive on a track with others. And then it's another thing when you have that pressure looming over you. That's when people make mistakes. In the first stint with Chan, I could see his tires were going, so I was really trying to apply the pressure. I figured that, cool, I'm a bit faster than him. He's burning his tires quickly. I'll have him in stint 2. And then all of a sudden, I screwed up my pits and that didn't happen. But then in stint 2 was the reverse, right? It was, okay, keep it together. The pressure is coming from behind. It's yours to lose.
Yeah.
And like I say, it's a very different experience to having a Sunday drive.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know why, I feel like I recognise your voice. I'm not here a lot, but I feel like I recognise you from somewhere.
We have chatted before. I'm one of the organisers. We've spoken before, but usually I'm very cursed whenever it comes to your streams. Like, whenever you stream, through no faults of you, I'm not by any way superstitious, but I just don't do well at all. And finally, I'm able to actually chat to you on the podium, as opposed to in the back rooms with some of the organising in previous years.
That's probably why I recognise it, but I didn't realise, because when I've spoken to you in the past, it's always been like 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Indeed.
It's always been like 10, 11 o'clock at night, so I'm probably like half asleep. But yeah, that is a fair point. It's like, right, you're not superstitious? I will apologise. I am sorry. There is such a thing as the commentator's curse.
Oh yes, there is. I'm a huge fan of Murray Walker. The commentator's curse is very real.
God, I'm gonna sound crazy. I'm too young for Murray Walker.
Oh no, yeah, you're probably Jake's age. I think I've got 15 years on you guys.
I'm 20.
Okay, I've got 18 years on you.
Jesus Christ. My goodness. Before I let you go, sir, anybody you'd like to give a thanks or a shout out to?
Of course, like I said, Jake, doing a last two first is amazing. Yeah, I've got to finish ahead of Jake, but we all know that's not real. If he started where he was meant to with Samwise, he would have been far ahead and I wouldn't have been close to him. Samwise didn't admit that he had probably too much fuel, which he usually does when he sees that he's running away with it. He puts on the sandbags and makes it a good show. Still trying his damnedest, so kudos to him. But then also, I know you said one, but I'm going to do another one anyway. John Porter, who had to have his direct drive wheel delivered today, special hand controls made and installed for him. And I think this was his first outing in it, so I'm really keen to hear what John's experience was of actually being on a wheel and not a controller. So yeah, well done to all three of them. And it's really unfair to pick out a favorite one, right? Like, everyone has this story, everyone has their victories in the background. Even the guy that came 15th, for him, it was the performance of his lifetime and his skill level, and he's going to learn and get better. So, I mean, well done to everyone.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a good way to put it. But that's why I don't say your favourite. I'm just saying about anybody. you can say as many as you like. I'm not going to stop you. Before I shall let you go, sir, and pop open that bubbly. Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you, Lex.
You're quite welcome.
Have a great evening as well.
I definitely will. And that was Stuart Woolley, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to round this one out here, and I thank you all for watching. I don't know when I'll be back, but I am sure I'll be back in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Barcelona. If you haven't already, you could go back for last week and watch Bathurst. But this has been Barcelona. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Lexi. This has been the RaceTrim League. Good night. Well, RaceTrim community, not league. Good night.